rumble of the discourse. We've taken an abandoned concrete factory at the margins of the declining American empire and repurposed it into a battleground where 19 separate entities from across the political spectrum enter the discourse one by one and do battle to determine who controls the narrative force of the discourse. I hope you'll join me, your Southern Gothic futurist host, Dirk God Raven Mac, for each and every episode of Monday Night Rumble of the Discourse. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here for another Monday Night Rumble of the Discourse. I am your host, Dirk God Raven Mac. We are in week 6 of a 7-week series, our fall 2022 series. Of course, it is the Monday after Election Day. A lot of things have happened. A lot of things have not finished happening, though. Anyways, our Monday Night Rumble of the Discourse, 27 competitors. As you know, they accumulate points. 1 point for eliminating opponent, bonus points for finishing in the top 4. This is week 6 on our 7-week series. So next week, our final one, the top 27, will come back. Our standings up to this point, you can see John Fetterman's at the top, and I will tell you that 4 points seems to be the cutoff right now, and everybody in tonight's event has scored a point in our first 5 weeks, but they have not gotten more than 3. So everybody coming out tonight has had 1 through 3 points, and they will be trying to parlay their way up above that 4-point cushion that is right now what we are looking at to make the final next week. So let's go to the rings, folks, and let's see what happens. And the National Guard has been called out. We have the National Guard in there as a referee with the Lady Cop. They are our 2 referees. And our first competitor coming out, Lauren Boebert. Lauren Boebert, of course, that Colorado congressional race has not been called yet. Shockingly close. Nobody expected it to be that close, and she could very well win. Looks like it's going to come down to a recount. And coming out to face her is Beto O'Rourke, a man who did not have a good election day, got handily defeated by Greg Abbott after handily getting defeated by Ted Cruz in the Senate run, and not showing well in the presidential election in 2020 either. Beto is somebody who, is kind of like, there used to be that columnist Dave Barry, I'm showing my age here, and he used to always have some dumb phrase that he would say, that'd be a great name for a rock band. And sometimes it feels like the Democratic Party has somebody like Beto that, has never won an election, does not inspire passion amongst people to any great extent to go to a deeper level than just within the party, and yet they want to force him on it because they think he's a rock star. Boebert, of course, is just batshit crazy. Allegedly high-priced call girl at one point, slept with Ted Cruz, allegedly, and that is part of why she became interested in politics. But her race has not been called. They're going to do a recount there in Colorado, and we have a buzzer, and we are starting the night off with folks who came up short. Stacey Abrams came up short in the Georgia governor's race, and that's another one. Stacey Abrams probably should have won that race against Kemp back in 2018, I think it was. They sort of engineered things so she didn't win, or just whatever happened, and Stacey Abrams goes over the top rope when she gets back in. You don't really need to repeat those elections. Like, you don't really get a do-over 4 years later in politics. It's similar to when Bernie ran in 2020. He should have had his shot in 2016. 2020 was just like a pathetic do-over type thing, and Stacey Abrams had a little bit of feel like that in this Georgia governor's race. Well, and fourth person coming out here is Stacey Abrams got tossed over there. Dr. Umar is fourth. He scored a few points 1 week here. Has only been in one of these. But he is back out here this week trying to break that threshold to make next week's finale. Again, next week's finale, the 27 people who will come in reverse order. So whoever has the most points, and that's John Fetterman currently, whoever has the most points will be the one who comes out last. Beto just nails Boebert with that chair, and Umar jumps right on her, but only gets a 2 count. Beto trying to get a little vengeance for losing his race here. Umar swinging a bat, and we got a buzzer. And Mitch McConnell, not a good week for Mitch. There was no red wave. The Senate was not taken over by Republicans, and in fact, it looks like Mitch McConnell is not going to be the majority leader anymore if Republican Party deciding to go with different leadership. Time will tell whether they go with someone more centrist, so to speak, or someone who is even crazier than Mitch McConnell. McConnell, of course, hitched the wagon of the party to Trump back in 2016. Umar with a neck breaker and only gets a 1 count on McConnell, then nails Boebert with a chair. And we have a buzzer. And Beto goes over the top rope by Lauren Boebert. But he does not go out. And COVID-19 is our competitor coming out now. COVID-19 still out here. You know, I think I was reading with the flu season coming up, there's a spike in children in intensive care here lately. And, you know, we don't know the long-term effects of COVID. I don't want to say anything for or against. I'm still pretty careful. I still mask in public for the most part. But we don't know the long-term effects. And Beto just knocks COVID-19 right off. Beto wanting to get back to normal wants nothing to do with the COVID talk. So COVID-19 has been eliminated from the discourse entirely. We get a buzzer. Waiting to see who's coming out here. Slowed in. It's Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney, that senator from Utah, former governor of Massachusetts. I'd never understand how people could just move to a state and become the senator right away. Mitt Romney, of course, going after Mitch McConnell right away. Will Romney try to be that majority leader? I don't know. He's tried to be a voice of reason towards centrist beliefs, and that term centrist is sort of misleading. I don't really know what that means necessarily. I'm not a prescriber of horseshoe theory anyways. AOC had a good quote about how they're comparing her to an extremist like Boebert or Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she says, you know, I want health care for everybody. I don't see how that's the same as wanting to, like, hurt people. Lauren Boebert finally eliminated there by Dr. Umar. Same time Rand Paul comes out, and Rand Paul and Mitch McConnell going at each other right away. Rand Paul, of course, defeated Charles Booker in his Kentucky Senate race this past week. It seems like a lot of times if you're a senator, once you become entrenched in there to some extent, it's a lifetime appointment almost. So Beto's still out there. Dr. Umar's got him in a headlock right now. Mitch McConnell, Mitt Romney, and Rand Paul, 3 Republican senators, all out there as well. And we get a buzzer. And here comes Democratic Senator from Arizona, Kyrsten Sinema. Of course, that Arizona races, both that governor race and that other senator race, were big in the news. Blake Masters did lose that chance to Kelly there out in Arizona, so there's 2 Democratic senators from Arizona. Kyrsten Sinema, of course, has been a obstacle to a lot of Democratic hopes in the party. We got dual pins, but dual kickouts as well. So we've got 4 senators, Dr. Umar and Beto O'Rourke. 27 people here tonight, all trying to accumulate some points to get into next week's finale of our fall 2022 series. And here comes Joe Manchin, that other obstacle senator from West Virginia. He joins. We now have 5 senators in there. 5 of the 7 folks are senators. And there's 2 pin count. Dr. Umar is pinned and eliminated there by Rand Paul. So now we have 6 people in the ring, and 5 of them are senators, and the other is Beto O'Rourke. Now, I'm not sure if we will come back in winter or spring for our next 7-week series of the Discourse. I'm not sure. This is supported by my Patreon. If you've been watching these and enjoying these, I'd love for you to support that. I'm more likely to do this on a quarterly basis. And we got a buzzer. And, man, it's just a parade of senators tonight. Here comes Marco Rubio. He, of course, won that Florida contest against Val Demings. People using the Cuban-American vote as pro-Republican is a sign that Latino people are more conservative and perhaps known, but Cuban-Americans are not. That whole Latino term is a little misleading because Cuban-Americans in Florida are far different from Mexican-Americans in California. Mitch McConnell gets defeated. So he is out. Beto's over on the apron. He's in the danger zone, but he gets back in. And we get another buzzer. And Omega Chad. It is the Chad meme come to life. The Big Chad meme, and he's big and carrying that barbell, and he's sort of stuck in the aisle there talking to Mitch McConnell. Not sure what's going on, just kind of posing behind Mitch McConnell. So to reset the field, Mitt Romney, Kyrsten Sinema, Joe Manchin, Rand Paul, Marco Rubio, Beto O'Rourke, and Omega Chad finally getting there into the ring. Sinema got a 1 count on Romney. Manchin and Sinema fighting over there. We get another buzzer. And it's the Proud Boy. Here comes the Proud Boy. Mitt Romney eliminated in the ring. I didn't see that. I was watching the Proud Boy come out, but Mitt Romney is now eliminated. Proud Boys, they are out here wanting to have their effect on society. Saw some posts where Proud Boys were working as poll workers, and Rubio is on that, and Beto O'Rourke misses Rubio off the top rope. What a dumb move by Beto. Misses Rubio off the top rope to the outside, and he is eliminated. And now there's a pin over there on Rubio, and Omega Chad has eliminated Rubio. And we've got a buzzer, and the refs just took Mitt Romney out. It's Kanye West, folks. Kanye West is coming out. I had hoped we wouldn't see him anymore, but he scored a few points in the earlier weeks, and he is out here trying to make the final. Rand Paul over the top rope, and he's out. Takes a ladder out on the way. Rand Paul eliminated by a punch from Kanye West. So lost a few, and Kyrsten Sinema going over the top. She's hanging on. Fighting back, and she gets back in. So we got 5 folks in there now after a number of eliminations, and actually 6, because here comes the Unabomber. So the Unabomber, Kanye West, the Omega Chad, the Proud Boy, Kyrsten Sinema, and Joe Manchin. Those are the 6 in the ring right now. Once again, your refs are the Lady Cop and the National Guardsman, and Kyrsten Sinema just gave it up there. Kyrsten Sinema submitted to something, I believe. I have to ask my producer, Bob. You have to watch the video and see who did that. Bob Dabalina. Both Kyrsten Sinema and Mitt Romney not leaving the ring just yet, but they're both eliminated. And we've got another buzzer. And it's the 3%er. The Moron Labia. He's coming out, ready to get involved in this, and the Unabomber almost got a pin on the Proud Boy there. Kanye holding his knee. He gets up and he's going after that 3%er. There's bodies everywhere, folks. Unabomber 2 count there by Joe Manchin on the Unabomber. And Omega Chad just wipes out Manchin. We get a buzzer. And joining the melee is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor, 3%er. I did not see what happened, but the 3%er got eliminated there. Short night for the 3%er. And there's a pin on Marjorie Taylor Greene, and even shorter night for Marjorie Taylor Greene. And Kanye West is out. So Marjorie Taylor Greene had just entered the ring, and Omega Chad took her right out. She was re-elected, but she has been knocked out of the discourse here tonight, folks, and that means we likely won't see her next week. So the 4 folks still in there: Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia, the Omega Chad, meme come to life, the Proud Boy, and the Unabomber. We get a buzzer, and it's the Tech Lord. The Tech Lord is coming out. The mysterious, spooky, insidious Tech Lord. Of course, that's sort of been demystified by Elon Musk's antics in recent weeks. But he is out here. Omega Chad in the ring. Tech Lord, they're both huge guys. And Joe Manchin gives up to the Tech Lord's headlock. And I think the Tech Lord calls that headlock the algorithm. And then Tech Lord almost gets a 3 count right there on the Proud Boy. Tech Lord doing damage out here. And then he and the Proud Boy team up on the Unabomber. And we get a buzzer, and it's J.D. Vance. I cannot tell you how disappointed I am in the people in Ohio for electing this asshat. And, you know, one thing to say about it is finally there will be a senator that is more spineless than Ted Cruz, but also you can't really say that because he's pretty much a sock puppet for Peter Thiel, the tech billionaire. So if Peter Thiel sticks his arm up J.D. Vance's ass, J.D. Vance will appear to have a spine. Proud Boy pinned the Unabomber. I was kind of hoping for the Unabomber. I try to remain objective here, folks, but I do not see where the Unabomber was lying necessarily. It's just me. J.D. Vance on that top rope, and Omega Chad catches an elbow off the top. Here comes the Twitter communist. Man, it has been a chaos factory on Twitter, hadn't it? Verified blue check thing rolled out where you can just buy Twitter Blue, and people have been tanking stocks and causing trouble. I personally am on Block the Blue. I'll block anybody who has a blue check, whether they got it authentically or not. I don't really give a fuck what they have to say. Twitter communist, of course, will never be verified. Stand-up comedian in his private life. Tech Lord over the top rope by J.D. Vance. But he recovers. And then J.D. Vance, 2 count from Omega Chad. And here comes the neurodivergent Envy. Back in the Discourse. I'm glad to see them getting another shot. I enjoyed their participation earlier. We've had an all-women's Rumble of the Discourse before, and it's usually dominated by men. It's nice to have a non-binary voice in here to get off of that binary, so to speak. Two-party system depends on the binary, so any non-binary representation we have is good, although neurodivergent Envy is over the top rope. And Omega Chad fighting them over there. They get back in. J.D. Vance back at the Tech Lord. J.D. Vance over the top rope and is gone. Thank goodness. I hope we don't see him next week. J.D. Vance is out. I have 6 years of this asshole to deal with pretending he's an Appalachian, so the less I have to deal with him right now, the better. And here comes Kamala Harris, folks. Still the tiebreaker in the Senate. That Georgia race, of course, is a runoff. We will have that yet again. It feels like we have another Georgia election every 6 months, doesn't it? So we got Kamala Harris in there, Omega Chad, Twitter communist, the Tech Lord, neurodivergent Envy, and the Proud Boy who just threw the Tech Lord over into the corner, who went out over the top rope. So we've got 5 in there. Here comes a buzzer, and we'll make it 6, and it's the Tweet Stormer. Tweet Stormer, that neoliberal man who lays out a 78 tweet thread, dropping the game theory left and right whenever he can get himself organized enough to do it. I'd be kind of glad to see all that stuff gone. Some people are like, download your history. Who cares, man? Let it go. Neurodivergent Envy going for a quick pin on a Tweet Stormer, but does not get it. Omega Chad just power slam on Kamala Harris, and she is out. Madam Vice President is Madam Goodbye. Backbreaker on the Tweet Stormer there by the Proud Boy. And here comes the Do Your Own Researcher. Of course, he's been talking about on his podcast that nobody listens to, but I have to as host of this show, talking about the elections and how slow the results are in. And, you know, I got to say, like, if you use the textbook definition of voting irregularities, there are voting irregularities because it's taken a long time to calculate the finals of some of these races, and that is irregular. Like, you have a quick results, and Omega Chad knocked out there by the Tweet Stormer. You have some of these results that come back quick. You have them figured out, and you have other ones that drag on for days and then weeks, and it's irregular. I mean, it is by definition irregular. I am no election denier, and election deniers use this lack of organization to support their own baseless claims, but really it's just the immensity of our bureaucracy. And speaking of an immense bureaucracy, here comes the police state. police state is well funded in every corner of America. Claims that defund the police has done anything is just absolutely ridiculous. Police state just drops the Proud Boy, only gets a 2 count. So we've got the Proud Boy, the Twitter communist, the neurodivergent MB, Tweet Stormer, Do Your Own Researcher, and the police state. And I think we have 2 more people coming out. And this is the next to last one. It is the verified blue check. He's been clamoring about how that blue check no longer means what it does and how inauthentic voices are destroying the value of whatever the hell he is. And I can't tell you, our last entrance tonight is Elon Musk. Sad to report that Elon paid 69,000 Dogecoin to my producer, Mr. Bob Dobalina. Yeah, Bob. Yes, I'm calling you out, buddy. It's quite depressing. Bob Dobalina got 69,000 Dogecoin to let Elon Musk come out last in the hopes that he can finish better and get the bonus points, and I'm absolutely disappointed in Bob Dobalina. There's a pin to Tweet Stormer, pinned by the Do Your Own Researcher. And of course, here he comes, Elon Musk, proving for the world that the meritocracy is not real before our very eyes, and that there is no merit to being a billionaire other than the fact that you had rich parents. So, our final 7 here. Proud Boy, the Twitter communist, neurodivergent NB. Well, no more Twitter communist. He just got knocked out over there. So we've got 6, and there's a devastating shoulder slam on the Proud Boy. And then police state tossed by the Do Your Own Researcher. So we're down to 5. So we've got 5 here, and these 5 know that if they finish in that top 4, they will likely have enough bonus points to be in next week's final. Neurodivergent MB swinging that sledgehammer, trying to be the one, the Proud Boy, the Do Your Own Researcher, the verified blue check, and Elon Musk. So whoever gets eliminated next, I don't know, but the other 4 most likely, I can't say for certain. 4 points was the cutoff before tonight. We will see what it is after tonight. But the final 4 are likely to be in that final next week. Neurodivergent MB got a 2 count on the verified blue check. Elon going after the neurodivergent MB there. Elon with a backhand on Do Your Own Researcher, but then he flips him over and he's going for the pin. And a 2 count. It would have been very telling to have Elon still eliminated and not make that final next week. I gotta admit, I'm kind of hoping for that. Not that I love any of these other folks out here, but it would be nice for Elon to get some comeuppance. Neurodivergent MB going for a pin on the Do Your Own Researcher. She just busted Elon open. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize for misgendering the neurodivergent MB. They busted Elon open. And there's pins left and right, but only 2 counts. And those briefcases are in there full of lobbyist money, since Citizens United, that is normally billionaire money. Some of that might be Elon's money himself. Who knows? Definitely got to be some Peter Thiel money in there. Koch brothers, George Soros. All those famed billionaires who are controlling the world. Most likely the ones actually controlling it we don't know about, though. Verified blue check is bloody over there in the corner now, staggering. Got to be careful he doesn't fall over that top rope. And Do Your Own Researcher with a nice roll up on the neurodivergent MB. So these 5 are going at it, knowing that whoever can be the next to be eliminated, the other 4 got a good shot at next week's final. And no guarantee that the one who's eliminated will make it. Again, all these folks have 1 through 3 points coming into tonight, so they're trying to get more points and be in next week's finale. 7-week series, Monday Night Rumble in the Discourse. I used to do this as often as I could, and there's a pin on the Proud Boy. Only a 1 count. I used to do this as often as I could, and I found it much easier to do this 7-week series with the Build Back Better funding we got, thanks to Joe Biden. Elon over the top rope. Will he go down? No, he gets in. Gets back in. Neurodivergent Envy over the top rope. And she's staggering. But she's back in. So they. Once again, I apologize. Facebuster on Neurodivergent Envy and Elon Musk going for the pin. That's 2 and 3. They are eliminated, unfortunately. Neurodivergent Envy, I gotta admit, even though I misgendered them a couple times there, I was hoping to see them make it next week. But they are out, and we are left with the Proud Boy, the Do Your Own Researcher, the Verified Blue Check, and Elon Musk. So these 4 stand a good chance of being again next week. But those bonus points at 3, 5, 7, and 10, that will go a long ways towards how early they have to come out next week. The more points you have, the later you come out. The later you come out, the better shot you have at being the fall 2022 champion of the Discourse. Who could possibly want to be a champion of the Discourse? What a disgusting political world we live in this digital age. Bob, whatever. Don't come in my earpiece telling me not to be so nihilistic when you just got 69,000 Dogecoin from fucking Elon Musk. What the fuck ever, Bob. My producer, Bob Dabalina, is in my earpiece telling me not to be so negative, like he has any room. I'm just thankful I hope that crypto crashed before you could cash it out, Bob. That's not fair. I would like Bob to get paid. He's one of my Patreon supporters. So the Verified Blue Check going after Elon there. Just a 1 count. Do Your Own Researcher and the Proud Boy. This is the Discourse. Billionaire, New York Times op-ed writer, a guy who runs his own podcast who thinks he's shadow banned, and a very angry man who wants to beat people. Verified Blue Check giving middle fingers there to Elon Musk, and he's trying to lock him up. Elon runs him into the Proud Boy and is going for the pin, just a 1 count. Again, this is week 6. This is Monday after Election Day. Congress, House of Representatives, still up in the air. It looks like Republicans may take majority in that, but we're not sure yet. Senate, looks like Democrats will still maintain control, regardless of that Georgia runoff. We have not seen Herschel Walker or Raphael Warnock. Both of them were in the 4 points or higher. There's a pin on the Proud Boy, and he gets it. Elon gets the pin on the Proud Boy, so the Proud Boy is out. So we've got Elon, Do Your Own Researcher, and the Verified Blue Check are our final 3 here. Verified Blue Check was holding his eyes and just took a wild backhand on Do Your Own Research took a wild backhand on Verified Blue Check. Now him and Elon are teaming up on the Verified Blue Check. Well, that didn't last long. They're at each other now. So our final 3 here tonight, that means these 3 will be back next week. And their Do Your Own Researcher eliminated by the Verified Blue Check. So he is out. And that means the Verified Blue Check and Elon Musk get to have a one-on-one discussion about this new Twitter Blue and lack of authentication for Blue. And of course, there were some fake Twitter accounts made that allegedly tanked Eli Lilly stock about the price of insulin. Lockheed Martin as well. Sort of been chaos on Twitter. Elon going for the pin here. Now only a 2 count, late kick out, 2 3/4. But all the chaos that has been done separate from these Verified Blue Checks. They're just indignant that they're losing their verification process. And again, that always bothers me because it's not like actual fascists haven't been verified all along. Like, it's not like that verification system was altruistic and like a sign of a decent human being. And he's over the top rope. Elon has got him there on the apron, punching him. And now Elon's out there too. And verified blue check knocks Elon out and gets back in himself on the punch. And there's an upset. Verified blue check beats Elon. And they're out there. Elon is none too happy about this, but verified blue check gets the win, folks. Let's look at that replay. You can see that the verified blue check is on the apron. Elon is trying to eliminate him, comes out on an apron as well, and then somehow the verified blue check knocks Elon off and flips back into the ring with the strike and gets the win. So that is how it ends tonight, folks. Let's look at our results tonight. You can see verified blue check got 12 points, Elon with 9. So Elon didn't eliminate anybody. He just got he eliminated 2 folks. Okay. Do Your Own Researcher got 7. Proud Boy with 6. Omega Chad with 4. So all those guys should show up next week. I don't know about Rand Paul, Joe Manchin, and the Tech Lord. Their 2 points may not be enough to make it to next week's finale, added to their previous totals. And then a bunch of folks with 1 point. I doubt we will see them again next week. Our standings after 6 weeks, you can see here John Fetterman at the top, Critical Thinking Punk. Verified Blue Check Reply Guy and Josh Hawley with 15. Biden, Trump, the mom blogger Ted Cruz. Dr. Oz is up here, so even though he lost that Pennsylvania Senate race, he'll be back here next week. Steve Bannon and Elon Musk, wow, what a pair that is. Bernie Sanders, Do Your Own Researcher, Verified Blue Check 2, and we will fill out the field to 27 folks coming out in reverse order next week in our finale of the Fall 2022 series. And again, folks, as always, this is supported by my Southern Gothic Futurist Patreon. I would love to see more folks supporting this thing, even if you do it for $1 a month, $3 a month. You can do it higher levels and get different things in the mail. I do a lot of different projects. This is just one of them, and it's across the board. It's not all video games with political commentary. It's a lot of different things. Think about supporting that. Check that link out in the description of this YouTube video. I appreciate you checking in. Next week will be the end of our Fall 2022 series. I am looking forward to seeing who we crown as the champion of the Discourse. And until next weekend, folks, next Monday night, salam.